Last week on Thursday Night Thunder was one to remember as newcomer to the scene, Hayden Altman and Max D took home his first checkered flag win in Thursday Night Thunder Championship. The question is, can Max D and the team stay on top to close out the August season and keep that checkered flag? Or is somebody from the field going to snatch it away from them here tonight to end out the August season?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 4 of the August season in front of a capacity crowd, and we have got 16 of Monster Truck Attitude's best monster trucks and drivers ready to fire it up here tonight to close out the season. Max D is the truck to beat here tonight, but he's got 15 other monsters chomping at the bit, ready to take that checkered flag, because the winner of tonight's show goes on to the September season of Thursday Night Thunder. Looking at round 1 matchups, Wildfoor is going to take on Bulldozer. Then BKT takes on Big Kahuna. Gravedigger will take on the Black Stallion. And to close out the first half of round 1, El Toro Loco is taking on Overkill Evolution. Kicking off round 1 action here tonight is none other than Rich Wagner and the Wildfoor Chevrolet. He's looking for championship number 13 here tonight. He is now set to take on John Kadiux and Bulldozer. Both these drivers have been out here for quite some time. John Kadiux looking for his very first Thursday Night Thunder Championship, but he has to knock off the old-time veteran here in the far lane. Wagner's not going to give it up easy. Bulldozer taking on Wildfoor to kick off week 4 of the August season. Down the straight track, Bulldozer's got to lead. Wildfoor coming back on him, and Rich Wagner comes up with it in the end, taking out Bulldozer here in round 1. The veteran will move on in the round 2 competition, taking out the Bulldozer. Next up here in round 1 competition, Jason Craddock and BKT already got a Thunder Championship this season. He's looking to add a 3rd title to his resume. But the newcomer to the scene in the August season, Landon Ford, Big Kahuna there in the far lane, making its truck debut out here for the August season. Can't wait to see if he can take out Jason Craddock here in round 1. Craddock's not going to give it up easy, however. Green light going down off the line. They're even. Getting to the first jump now. Big Kahuna's out of shape. Rolls the truck over. And Jason Craddock, BKT, is your winner here in round 1. Landon Ford rolls the truck over, going back down now to an MTA replay, trying to figure out what happened. Big Kahuna now in the far right lane, starting to pull a slight lead. Jason Craddock in the no man's land right here starts to pull the trigger. Big Kahuna gets crossed up, rolls the truck over, giving all the room to Jason Craddock. BKT getting the win. Now the MTA track crew and officials are down there to roll him back over. Hopefully he didn't tear that truck up too bad, and we hope to see him back for the September season of Thunder. There you see a little bit of body damage done to Big Kahuna. He's rolled the truck over a couple times this season. Hopefully they'll have that truck back and ready to go for the September season if they make it in to the registration. Big break there for Jason Craddock. I do believe Big Kahuna would have won. But next up in round 1 is the Gravedigger out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. Mike Council coming to the line. He's came close so many times this season, but over here in the far lane from Hagerstown, Maryland, Joey Andrews and Black Stallion. He's been looking for his big break here on Thunder. Chevrolet versus Ford down the straight stretch they go. Gravedigger has the lead on Black Stallion's coming back, and he does pick up the win in the end. Gravedigger in the far lane lost it there over that last set of cars, skidded the truck sideways. Tough break there for Mike Council. We had high hopes for him this August season. Nonetheless, Black Stallion is your winner. Coming up next year in round 1, Blake Mahoney, Overkill Evolution, another Ford here out of Hagerstown, Maryland, now set to take on newcomer to the August season, Michael Harry, El Toro Loco. We haven't seen too much out of him. He made it to round 2 last week. He'd want to take that truck all the way to the winner's circle here tonight if he can. Blake Mahoney, he's getting a rhythm down with Overkill Evolution. Let's see what he's got here. Green light going down. El Toro's pulled the lead on. Overkill coming back in the end. And Blake Mahoney, Overkill Evolution. Out of the left lane yet again here tonight comes victory. Blake Mahoney and Overkill will move on to round 2. And El Toro Loco is on the trailer for the rest of the night. But next up here in round 1, Cam Smith out of Jacksonville, Florida, bringing the Reptoid to the line. Now set to take on Brandon Copeland and Wildfoor out of Pacific, Missouri. He was holding on to that checker flag last week, all the way to the finals, taking on Hayden Altman and Max D. You know he wants that checker flag back. The rookie making a huge name for himself this August season. Reptoid Cam Smith ready in the near lane. Green light going down there, even off the line. Wildfoot pulling the lead through no man's land. And Brandon Copeland and Wildfoot not messing around here in the last week of the August season. Wildfoot going on to round 2. Cam Smith and Reptoid, unfortunately, on the trailer here tonight. We hope to see them back for the September season. But next up in round 1, Extreme Overkill, Gavin Waddell, making a big name for himself these last couple of months. The new kid on the block, now set to take on Johnny Retlaw in the Excalibur Chevrolet, that beautiful square body, a former 2-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, and least we forget, the Revenge champion of 2021, driving the built Ford Tough Blue Thunder. Boat truck stage, Ford versus Chevrolet. Overkill and Excalibur down the straight stretch. They go, they're even. Looks like Excalibur. Oh, look out. Rolls the truck over there in the end. Going end over end. And Johnny Retlaw going for a ride right there, going across the finish line. Gavin Waddell and Overkill's into the Jersey barrier on the right lane. Let's go back down now and take a look at what happened. They were fairly even down that straight stretch. Watch right here in the near lane. Excalibur flying high over no man's land. Clears the last set of cars. Got a little bobbled up. Looks like he stabbed the brake and flipped the truck over. I'm not sure why he got into the brakes. Nonetheless, Excalibur, if he can make the call, will be back in round 2. But next up in round 1, Walker Stevens and Son of a Digger, who made his debut here this season at a Poplar Branch, North Carolina, now set to take on Jeffrey Skipper, the Iceman, here in the Air Force monster truck in the near lane, getting that truck dialed in and ready to go all season long. He is back in action here tonight. Rookie versus veteran. Green light going down. Son of a Digger's pulling the lead. Air Force finds himself in trouble trying to come back. Does not come up with it. Walker Stevens and Son of a Digger pull out the first win in the right lane here tonight over Air Force here in round 1 competition. Son of a Digger's coming back for round 2. Next up in round 1 action, we've got Tyler Medley out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Stone Crusher, the Ford, coming to the line, ready to take on the current champion, Hayden Altman, Maximum Destruction, out of Paxton, Illinois, carrying that checkered flag proudly. He was the rookie here this season, the brand new driver, first time ever out. Got his first victory here last week. He wants to defend that flag. Let's see if he can hang on to it against Stone Crusher off the line. Max D with a huge lead, up and over the cars, and Stone Crusher almost came back on him. I'm not quite sure if he did or not. Max D in the far lane was hanging right there with him. We're going down now to an MTA photo finish and try to declare a winner here. I'm not sure who did get the win, but the photo finish right here, you see it. Max D is your winner. The flag will go on in the round 2 competition. And speaking of round 2 action, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more great racing action to close out the August season coming up next, right after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. What's going on, MTA fans? If you're looking to get in on the action right here on the MTA YouTube channel, look no further. I'm about to tell you guys just how you can sign up to get in one of these races. Head over to the link in our description, and that's going to take you right over to our Facebook page where we hold registration for all of the MTA events. And hey, while you're there, crush that subscribe button. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you stay up to date with everything that MTA is doing. From new custom truck builds to special events and giveaways, you don't want to miss any of the great action MTA has to offer. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll catch you guys down the road. Back here now, ladies and gentlemen, in week 4 of the August season. These drivers are letting it all hang out. Round 2 action coming up next. Wild Hair taking on PKT. Black Stallion taking on Overkill Evolution. Over at the other side of the bracket, Wildfoot taking on Excalibur. Then Son of a Digger takes on Max D to close things out. But first, we're going down to the pits. Big Kahuna getting tired down, getting ready to get loaded up on the trailer. We saw them roll over earlier tonight in round 1, a little bit of body damage. The crew's going to be doing some adjustments to the chassis, the shocks, the whole 9 yards. We're looking to see them back for the September season here on Thunder. But kicking off round 2, Rich Wagner and the Wild Hair Chevrolet coming back, looking for championship number 13. Ready to take on Jason Craddock, a former two-time Thunder champion in his own right. BKT in the far lane. These two have formed a little bit of a rivalry here on Thunder in the August season. Who's taking home this round 2 championship? Both trucks stays at the line. Green light going down now off the line. Jason Craddock, BKT. Rich Wagner coming back on him. Turns the truck over. Going across the finish line. Getting into the van stack there in the shutdown area. What a race it was. Craddock had a lead on him. Something went wrong with BKT. Nonetheless, Wild Hair is your winner. What an incredible matchup. But next up in round 2, it's a battle of Hagerstown Bandits. Joey Andrews and the Black Stallion Ford now set to take on Blake Mahoney, Overkill Evolution. These two Fords, again, based out of Hagerstown, Maryland. They're teammates to one another on their actual monster truck circuit. Who's taking home this victory here in round 2? Green light going down now. They're even off the line. Joey Andrews pulls the trigger and gets the win over Blake Mahoney here and Overkill Evolution in the far lane. But don't discredit Blake Mahoney. He hung right there with Joey Andrews all the way to the end. But Black Stallion does move on. Next up here in round 2 competition, Brandon Copeland and Wildfoot, the big bad Ford out of Pacific, Missouri, two-time Thunder champion, taking on another two-time champion, Johnny Redlaw in the Excalibur Chevrolet. We watched him turn the truck over there in round 1. The crew has got him back and ready to go, but Brandon Copeland and Wildfoot, they want that checkered flag back. The rookie making a name for himself. Ford versus Chevrolet down the straight, red Excalibur pulling the lead. Wildfoot coming back on him. And Brandon Copeland and Wildfoot setting a record here tonight. Wildfoot is in the semifinals. Brandon Copeland is not messing around. Excalibur is on the trailer. Next up to close out round 2, newcomer Walker Stevens and Son of a Digger now set to take on the current Thunder champion, Hayden Altman. Max D out of Paxton, Illinois. He would want nothing more than to hang on to that checkered flag here in round 2, but Walker Stevens, Son of a Digger, he's trying to make a name for himself. And what a better way to do it than to take out their current champion. Green light going down, Son of a Digger versus Max D. Max D starting to pull a lead through no man's land, and Hayden Altman will carry the checkered flag right into the semifinals. It looks like Walker Stevens made a right-hand turn coming out of no man's land over the cars into the Jersey wall. Son of a Digger on the trailer. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what it boils down to. 16 trucks now down to 4. Wild Hair takes on Black Stallion, then Wildfoot will take on the current champion, Max D. Jumping right into action here in semifinals, Joey Andrews again out of Hagerstown, Maryland. The Black Stallion Ford's been looking strong all night, but the longtime Thunder veteran, Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet, he is looking to add number 13 to that Thunder championship winning streak over here on his resume. Wild Hair's been running strong all night. Joey Andrews looking for his first championship win. Ford versus Chevrolet here in semi. Green light going down. Andrews got a lead. Wagner coming back. Wild Hair gets the win in semifinals. I don't know what happened to Joey Andrews there in the far lane. The truck looks like it lost power coming out of no man's land. But Rich Wagner and Wild Hair is in the finals. But who will he meet there in final round competition? Will it be the current champion, Hayden Altman and Max D? Or will it be Brandon Copeland, who's been making a name for himself out here on Thursday Night Thunder? The Wildfoot Ford out of Pacific, Missouri. He is locked and loaded there in the far lane. But Hayden Altman here in the near lane. He's carrying that checker flag with pride here tonight to close out the August season. Who's it going to be? A rematch from last week down the straight stretch to go. Wildfoot pulled the lead. Max D's trying to come back on him. Wildfoot goes over, and Max D looks like he lost a little bit of power there coming over that last set of cars, or he did not want to get into Wildfoot as he saw what was happening in the far lane. Going down to the photo finish, your winner, Hayden Altman and Max D. He brings the checkered flag to the final round of the August season. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you before we get to the finals that this Saturday at 7 o'clock on the MTA YouTube channel, the 3rd annual Summer Heat Shootout, 32 trucks are going to be racing to declare one champion. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to close out the August season once and for all. Max D takes on Wild Hair, the rookie to the August season who currently holds the checkered flag. Hayden Altman, Maximum Destruction, wants to get his second Thursday Night Thunder championship. However, he's got to draw up against a 12-time champion, Rich Wagner, the Wild Hair Chevrolet. There you see him in the far lane. He's looking for a record-setting 13th championship here tonight. But the rookie wants to go out 2 for 2 to close out the August season. Wild Hair, Max D. It's showtime on Thunder down the straight stretch. Wild Hair's got a lead. Max D's coming back off, and Hayden Altman goes 2 for 2. Max D gets the win here tonight over the longtime Thunder veteran Rich Wagner. Wild Hair's on the trailer, and Hayden Altman. Max D with a violent pogo there in no man's land. Looking back at the replay, Rich Wagner and Wild Hair had him off the line down the straight stretch. The right lane's been running strong there, but watch the pogo here in the near lane by Hayden Altman and Max D. However, it was enough to get the job done as Wild Hair went over the Vustag. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me in congratulating Hayden Altman on your second Thursday Night Thunder Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we jump over to the overall point standings to close out the August season, Reptoid, Son of a Digger, Excalibur, and Stone Crusher round out your lower half of the point standings. Over at the top half of the bracket in your top 3, Jason Craddock, BKT with 175, Hayden Altman, who is your current checkered flag holder, Max D at 185, and the August season points championship will go to Brandon Copeland and Wildfoot with 190 points. Congratulations to Team Wildfoot. Thank y'all so much for coming out and watching the August season right here on the MTA YouTube channel. Thank y'all for supporting everything we do with these diecast monster trucks. And if it wasn't for you guys, we would have gave this up a long time ago. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next time.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. Cause it's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about